Morning, children. How are you? All of you fine? Okay. In the previous session, we have learned about autotrophic nutrition. Now, today we are going to heterotrophic nutrition. Many types: saprophytes, parasites, holozoic nutrition, etc. Now we are going to parasitic nutrition. See children, do you know what is parasitic nutrition? Yes. Parasitic nutrition is a type of nutrition in which the organisms live on or inside the body of their host and derive their food from them. The organism which obtains the food is called parasite, and the organism from whose body food is obtained is called the host. This type of nutrition is called parasitic nutrition. For example of parasitic nutrition in plants like Cuscuta. This is also known as dodder plant. This is also known as Bangaru Tiga. Here see children, dodder plant take the ready-made food from the plant on which it is climbing. They develop special roots called hastoria, which penetrate into the tissues of the host plant and absorb food materials from them. This causes harm to the host plant gradually. We can see children example of parasitic plant or parasitic nutrition in animals also. For example, intestinal worms grow in the intestine of human beings. They obtain food from the host and causes abdominal pain and malnutrition. Next, do you know children? Parasites cause abdominal pain. See children, every year February 10th and August 10th is observed as the NDD. Here NDD means National Deworming Day. The day aims at eradicating intestinal worms among children in the age group of 1 to 19 years on this day. Here we can use the medicine of deworming albendazole tablet. It is deworming drug is administered to children. Okay children, next we are going to another topic, holozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition is the mode of heterotrophic nutrition in which the food is taken in solid or liquid form from the outside and is digested inside the body. This type of nutrition is called holozoic nutrition. Here see children, the steps involved in holozoic nutrition are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, egestion. First of all, ingestion. Here see children, what is ingestion? Food is taken into the body. Food is taken into the body. Digestion. Conversion of food into simple soluble forms. Next, absorption. Transfer of food to the blood. Next, assimilation. Absorbed food become the part of the body. Next, egestion. Egestion means removal of waste products and undigested food from the body. Children, next we are going to the examples of Holozoic nutrition. The best example of Holozoic nutrition are unicellular organisms. For example, amoeba. See children, amoeba, in which organism? Unicellular organisms. In which organism made up of a single cell? That is called unicellular organism. The best example of unicellular organism, amoeba. See children, now we are going to nutrition in amoeba. Here amoeba is a, now before we are going to nutrition in amoeba, we have to learn the structure of amoeba. Here amoeba is a microscopic single celled organism. It is found in pond water. Amoeba has a cell membrane, a rounded dense nucleus, and many small bubble-like vacuoles in its cytoplasm. Here see children, amoeba constantly changes its shape and position. It pushes out one or more finger-like projections called pseudopodia or false feet for movement and capture of food. Here food vacuole forms around the captured food. Okay children, next we are going to nutrition in amoeba. Already we know that structure of amoeba. Here now see nutrition in amoeba. It pushes out one or more finger-like projections are called pseudopodia or false feet for movement and capture of food. Here see children, 5 steps are involved in the nutrition in amoeba. First step, ingestion. Food vacuoles forms around the captured food. Next, digestion. Food gets digested in it, absorbed into the cytoplasm and assimilates finally. Next, last one, undigested food is sent out by opening this vacuole out at the body surface. See the children illustration of the process of nutrition in amoeba and identify the steps in the diagram. Okay children, do you know, now we are going to digestion in grass eating animals. See children, when you have observed cows, buffaloes and other grass eating animals? Yes children, we observe grass eating animals chewing continuously even when they are not eating. Here see children, they have 4 chambers in stomach. They are rumen, reticulum, omasum, abomasum. Actually, they quickly swallow the grass and store it in a part of the stomach called rumen. In rumen, food gets partially digested and is called curd. But later, the curd returns to the mouth in small lumps and animal chews it again. This process is called rumination. And these animals are called ruminants. This grass is rich in cellulose, which is a type of carbohydrate. In ruminants, the cellulose of the food is digested by the action of certain bacteria present in rumen of grass-eating animals. May animals include humans cannot digest cellulose due to the absence of such type of bacteria. Okay children, next we are going to nutrition in human beings. See children, we take food in the form of solids or liquids. It gets digested in the digestive system. Digested food is also absorbed by the blood. Blood transports digested food to different parts of the body for assimilation. Undigested food will be ejected out of the body. So the nutrition beings is holozoic nutrition. Next we are going to digestive system of human beings. The human beings digestive system consists of the alimentary canal and digestive glands. The total length of the alimentary canal about 9 meters. Its main parts are mouth, oral cavity or buccal cavity or esophagus and stomach and small intestine and large intestine, rectum, anus. And also the salivary glands, liver and pancreas are the digestive parts connected to the alimentary canal. Observe the changes occurred in mouth on your own while having food and write your observations, children. Okay. For example, we chew the food with the teeth and break it down mechanically into small pieces. Our teeth vary in appearance and perform different functions. Accordingly, they are given different names. Okay, children, let us find out different types of teeth in us. Okay, here first of all we can find it. Now a small activity. We find it different types of teeth in us. We can do a small activity. Wash your hands, look into the mirror and count your teeth. Use your index finger to feel the teeth. Here, see children, you have observed. How many kinds of teeth could you find, children? Yes. Take a piece of an apple or sugarcane or bread and whatever it may be and eat it. Which teeth do you use for biting and cutting and which one for tearing? Also find out the ones that are used for chewing and grinding. Compare your observations with the given picture and fill the table. Okay, children. Now we are going to types of teeth. Here we have in mainly 4 types of teeth. That is incisors. First one incisors, second one canines, third one premolars, fourth one molars. First we can see children first type of teeth. Incisors. Incisors are 4 teeth. Incisors are 4 teeth. They are present in the front in each jaw. These teeth are flat and have a sharp edge. They help us in cutting or biting the food we eat. Next we are going to canines. This is called as tearing teeth. Canine are placed next to the incisors on both sides. They are sharp and pointed teeth. Here 2 canines are present in our mouth. They help us in tearing the food we eat. We have 2 canines in each jaw. Next, see children diagram. Next, premolars. Premolars are located to the canines. They are flat and broad teeth. They help us in crushing and breaking the food we eat. There are 4 premolars in each jaw. Next, Molars. Molars are located next to the premolars at the back of the mouth. They are broader than the premolars. They help us in chewing and grinding the food we eat. There are 6 molars in each jaw. It is a part of digestion. It is a part of human digestive system, children. Next, human digestive system. Here, what is the digestion? The process of breaking down of food into simpler substance is known as digestion. The entire process of digestion takes about 3 to 4 hours. The different organs of the digestive system are mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, and small intestine. Here small intestine again divided into two parts, duodenum and jejunum. Next large intestine, rectum, anus. Now we are going to the first part, mouth. Food is taken into the body through the mouth. It leads into buccal cavity. Next, buccal cavity. Buccal cavity contains tongue and teeth and secretions of salivary glands. Carbohydrates digestion starts here. Next, pharynx. It is a common chamber of both digestive tract and respiratory tract. It leads into esophagus. Next part, esophagus. It is a muscular tubular structure that connects pharynx with stomach. Next, children, stomach. It is a muscular sac-like structure. Food is grinded well and mixed with its juices. Proteins digestion starts in the stomach. Hydrochloric acid in the stomach kills bacteria in the food. Next, small intestine. It is about 6 meters long. Digestion of food is completed here with the help of its juices. Its inner wall have thousands of finger-like projections called villi. They absorb the digested food. Blood transport it into all body parts for assimilation. Here, see children, it has two parts, duodenum and jejunum. First one, duodenum. It is the first part of small intestine. Bile juice from liver. Pancreatic juice from pancreas enters into it and help in digestion. Next one, large intestine. It absorbs water and minerals from the undigested food. Next, rectum. It is storage pointed for undigested food. Next one, anus. Fecal matter removed through it. Here, this is the human digestive system. Here, see children, basing on your understanding, answer the following questions. Where do the process of digestion starts in our body? Okay. Next question. Where do the process of digestion completed in your body? Yes. Next question. What absorbs the digested food from our digestive tract? Next question, children. Through which part undigested food is sent out of our body? Next, our digestive system resembles grinding like any other mission. It also requires proper maintenance. Otherwise, it leads to malfunctioning. which in turn results in health issues. Let us learn about some health aspects of digestive system. Okay children, now we are going to health aspects of digestive system. Here, observe the picture and discuss children. Have you ever suffered from stomachache or inconvenience in chest? Yes. Can you? Yes, children. We have suffer from stomachache when you are eating junk foods. Next, can you guess the reasons for stomachache? Okay, yes, children. We have to eat junk foods like chips, drinks, soft drinks, etc. What happens to your body when you eat too much junk foods? Okay, here see children, the most common problems associated with the digestive tract are diarrhea, constipation, irritable bowel syndrome, acidity. Let us learn about acidity in this chapter. What is acidity? Do you know children what is acidity? Yes, we have burning sensation in chest, stomach and in throat, so taste in mouth, upper abdominal discomfort, post meal heaviness are due to consuming spicy food, stress, unhealthy, irregular meals, drinking too much alcohol is also another reasons for acidity. Here we have some home remedy for acidity. See children, consuming buttermilk and coconut water, eating of herbs such as aswin, tulasi leaves, snuff, jeera and pudina leaves, cloves, jaggery are the home remedies for acidity. Next children, here see children, some people having bad habits like smoking, drinking alcohol and chewing tobacco products like that. They cause cancer and injurious to health. We can see some bad habits like smoking, chewing of tobacco, drinking of alcohol affect our health adversely. Drinking of alcohol can lead to liver diseases, digestive problems. It causes cancer of mouth, throat, esophagus and liver. Next, consuming tobacco products. Tobacco particles stick to teeth gums and skin of the mouth cavity, which leads to swelling, injury, pain and also causes throat and intestinal cancer. Here see children, can we awareness of who has bad habits in your surrounding? Here, healthy body leads to healthy mind, and also when all our body systems function properly, we say that we are in good health. So, one should avoid bad habits and maintain healthy lifestyle. Okay, thank you, children.
This is our concept map.